Well, hey there, everyone, and welcome back to Stuff in Excel. I'm Richard, and what we want to do is talk about how we write functions in an Excel worksheet. So we often have to do functions or formulas. We want to add numbers, multiply numbers, we want to do things to the numbers. And how do we do that in Excel? Well, there's several ways you can do it. The simplest way is simply to type in the formula itself. So let's go up to this data I've got here, and let's look at cell G5 and cell H5, and we're going to add that 1 and that 3 together. So in cell I5, we simply type in a formula. We always start our formulas with equals, and then we're going to simply identify cell G5, click on it, hit the plus symbol, click on cell H5, and then hit enter, and it's going to give us the total. Now that's one way to do it. If you've got a lot of other numbers or you want to use a function, you can actually use, for instance, the sum function. Now what I'm telling you is going to work for any function you'll want to do in Excel. So with the sum function, you would simply go down, you type equals, and then sum, which is the function, and a parenthesis. Now what you're going to need is some arguments to finish out this dialog box. Now it tells you underneath in this little white box, it sort of tells you what you need to do. You need to identify your numbers. Now there's a couple of ways to do this. You can actually click on each number individually. We can go click and then comma and then click, close parenthesis and enter. That will do it. Another way to do it is say equals sum parenthesis and then highlight the range of numbers that you want to add up. You don't have to hit the close parenthesis, but I will. And it'll add it up. That's another way to do it. But what if you didn't know, or you know the function, but you just want to bring up that dialog box? You can hit equals sum, and without hitting parenthesis, go up to that function bar, formula bar up at the top, and see that little FX up there? You can click on that, and it's going to bring up these options, and you can decide which kind of function you want. In this case, we're going to type in, we want the sum function. We'll hit go, and it will find it. Now, it's looking for me under recommended, but it might tell you that it's looking under most recently used. But if you haven't used it before, you might want to find it under all. Okay, so you can go to, for instance, you can go to all, and it'll bring those up. You can hit go, and sure enough, there's the sum. We can click on that. We can hit OK, and it'll bring up this dialog box that we can now use. And so what we might want to put in this dialog box, we can put a range like that. We might want to put, we might want to click on, let me move that dialog box down. We might want to click in cell F5, 20. Then we'll hit, we'll go down to the next box. We'll hit cell G7. Then we'll click on the next box, and we'll hit in cell H7. And we hit enter, and now for some reason it's got this extra sum up here. We want to get rid of that. And so we hit enter now, and it's going to give us the sum of our numbers right here in our box. I'm going to get rid of this magnifier for the moment. Now there's another way to bring up that final dialog box much quicker. If you know the function that you're looking at, you type in the function equals sum. Then instead of going up to the FX button, you're going to hit Ctrl and A at the same time. And when you do that, it's going to bring that dialog box up immediately. And if you just highlight that range and hit enter, you've got it. It's a whole lot easier. You see all your arguments right there on the screen very quickly. So using Ctrl+A for any function in Excel will bring up that function's dialog box and make your life a lot easier and a lot more efficient. Hopefully that was helpful. See you real soon on Stuff in Excel.